Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show, Pinensi Hijab, the show where study kids don't give migraines. Well, not the serious ones.
I'm Ifa, and with me is Ayat. Today's episode is about a case that may so simple, but it shook retail law.
Pharmaceutical society versus booze. Sounds fancy, right? But basically, can you take a medicine from a shelf, or you need someone to watch you, like a hawk?
In 1952, this became a real legal debate, and it has everything, like innovation, health regulations, and some serious misunderstandings.
Okay, let us break it down and see why this case still matters in 2025.
Boots was the first UK pharmacy to switch to a self-service model. Instead of waiting at a counter, customers could now walk in, pick what they wanted, and pay at the cashier.
But there was a catch. Some of those products were pharmacy only, meaning that they needed approval from the pharmacist before the sale.
The Pharmaceutical Society didn't like this. They sued, claiming Boots sold controlled drugs without supervision.
So from a legal standpoint, it boiled down to this. When the sales actually happened, when the customer picked the item, or when he paid for it. So to break it down, now let me introduce you our first guest for today's show, which is Yusra. Yusra is our contract law enthusiast. So Yusra, what did the court decide regarding this matter?
Ruled that items on a shelf are just invitations to treat, so they're not legal offers. It's just an invitation for customers to make an offer at the cash.
So is it like the shop is saying, hey, you can consider buying this, but we are not legally bound until we accept a checkout?
Exactly. The customer brings it to the cashier, so that's an offer. The pharmacist accepts it or rejects it, so that's when the contract is actually made.
And since the pharmacist at the cashier, both didn't violate the law?
Correct. The court said the final step of approval by a pharmacist was enough, so Boots won the case.
This case showed how we do self-service shopping. It's not just about convenience, but also it's about protecting legal steps.
I guess every time I will go to Watson, I will be like, it is an invitation to treat.
Now, let's talk ethics and Islamic law. Joining us virtually is Irtisam. Salam Irtisam.
Waalaikumsalam. I'm excited to join this thoughtful discussion.
Actually, we are the one who are excited to have this discussion with you today. So, going next, what does the Islamic law say about this kind of situations?
So in Islam, action are judged by intention. We call it al-umur bil-maqasidiyya. So just touching or holding the medicine doesn't mean a sale happened unless the buyer intended to buy and a mutual agreement was made.
And what about harm?
So when it comes to harm, as long as the pharmacist is there at the checkpoint, there is still protection.
So it is elegant with the court decision, right?
Very much. Islamic law values intention, process, and prevention of harm. You cannot criminalize someone for simply browsing.
Oh, that's deep and like really relevant even for online shopping or e-commerce.
Okay, now let us hit the speed round. In this round, we're gonna ask 6 questions, and the guests have to answer those questions, but only quick answers. So, guests, are you ready?
Let's do it.
If the pharmacist forget to check the item,
Boots breach the law, so pharmacist is the last line of defense.
So, next question. If the customer pick it up but put it back, what is the answer?
No sale, no intent, totally fine.
if online ads were binding offers,
Retail chaos. Sellers would be sued every day.
Okay, let's go to the next question. In Islamic law, touching the item, it's equal agreement.
No, a clear intention and acceptance must exist.
if it says like no refunds by now, can a buyer still take out?
Yes, no payment, no contract.
Okay, now it's a big one. What if the pharmacist is absent? What's the answer?
Violation of Sharia and civil law is a risk of harm.
Okay, this case really shows how law evolves with society. From old school counters to self-service pharmacies, the law had to adapt.
And so did the Islamic principles, proving that they are timeless and practical.
Always remember that everything you touch is not legally yours.
And not everything you intended to buy becomes yours unless you pay for it.
Alright, thank you Yusra and Islam, and thank you dear listeners.
Now finally is the end of this show. I want to thank all my colleagues and of course the guests for these thoughtful discussions, and of course you, the listener, for having the time to listen to our show. And catch up next time on Penang Sikajab. Until then, stay away, stay smart, and always read the fine print. Thank you for listening.